was stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show. That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston! There is no other way to start a rodeo performance at Houston than hearing that call. Bobby T is still a little under the weather. He is getting better, just not as fast as all of us hoped he might. But we're just going to soldier on. Andy, one of the things I'm watching today at the end of this Super Series is the bull riding. Basically, folks, if you ride a bull, you're going to make it to the semifinals. Why? Because here's what's been happening. Ride after ride after ride. We did not ride a bull last night. We only rode 2 the first night of the Super Series. So if you get to the whistle in round number 3 of Super Series 4, and you can survive something like all of this you're looking at right now, then you're going to have a chance. You're going to have a chance to move on to a semifinal. As a matter of fact, if you win first or second, you are guaranteed to move on. Just avoid all the catastrophe that we've seen thus far. Avoid that. Get to the whistle.
Well, we've got a talented group in the steer wrestling, too, and nothing has been totally determined. But one of the biggest surprises to me is world champion J.D. Struxness. He's only won $750, and he needs more to get out of Super Series 4, so I hope the world champion can make it happen.
There's a lot of stuff happening on that arena floor, and there is a partner of our team that knows all about it. She'll be bringing you all the insight from the arena floor. This is Janie Johnson. Hi, Janie.
Hi, Boyd, and I've got a little good news. Shabuzi is here to take the star stage after the rodeo. I'm going to be set up behind the buck and shoots, but I want to talk about the saddle bronc riding. We're going to see it in many of our events. It's a battle for the third and final round of this Super Series to move on to the semifinals. I'm actually joined over here by saddle bronc rider Dawson Hay, and I mentioned it's going to be a battle tonight with the horse that you have. What's the plan?
I'm just going to go out there and give it my best and let God take care of the rest.
I love it. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Dawson, he's in that number 4 spot, but a lot of things can change in the final round of the Super Series. It's going to be a great night.
It absolutely is. So let's get the action rolling. First contest you'll enjoy on this Friday evening is called called Tie Down Roping, and is brought to you by Boot Barn. Yeah, those two go hand in hand. Tom Kraus, he's the top guy so far. You'll see him go second. He is, Kraus has won 3,000 along with Quade Hyatt. I tell you what, it's wide open. At least 2 or 3 guys that aren't in the $3,000 mark have a shot to get there tonight and move on.
Gearing's Riley Pruitt. The Cornhusker is patient at the barrier line. That calf kind of slows up as he ropes it. But the long, tall drink of water named Riley Pruitt knew he had to be fast, and there's a couple of bobbles all along the way. And so, for the moment, that 10-2 as he waits to make sure the calf remains tied. As you can see right here, he's trying to be fast with his tie and set the pace for everyone else, but 10-2 makes him very vulnerable and makes me nervous, Boyd.
Yeah, he had won a 4th place check, but it doesn't look. If we know what normally happens in the 3rd round, that 10-2 is not going to get Riley to a semifinal. Remember, the 4 highest money winners in every series move on to a semifinal. Here comes the guy leading the way, one of the 2, Tom Kraus. He's placed last night with a go-around win of 8.6. No money in round 1, but won the round last night, so that puts him in a favorable spot. But he's like Riley. He can't count on that 3,000 being enough. Plus, he wants to put pressure on the rest of the field. So when you're one of the early competitors to go at any contest, you want to perform very well so that it puts pressure on people to match what you do. Kraus, 24 years old, coming off his first finals. First trip to the NFR string gathering tie. There you go. Now, while I'm not 100% sure a 9-2 is going to win it, it basically solidifies where he sat coming in, and that is tied at the top with the 3,000, and he's likely to get a check with that 9.2.
Great job remaining smooth and keeping those legs low at the end of the tie. Finished strong in his run. Now, Quade Hyatt was on the other side of where Tom Kraus resides. He won go-round one with an 8-7 and had a no time last night. So the Canyon, Texas native, who made it to the national finals in 2024, needs to try and beat that 9-2. And if he's 9-1, he'll win another check, albeit a smaller one. And that would guarantee he moves on. Right out from behind the line. Horse stops a little earlier than he wanted him to, but that calf standing up. Come on, keep hustling. Yes, sir. Now we're in business, Q. 8.8. And man, this horse put the brakes on, Boyd.
Yeah, I think you said one time you called it scotching. It's when a horse kind of anticipates the throw, so he stops a little earlier than what the Cowboy anticipated as well. But that 8-8 is going to get him a check. So now I'm going to say there's probably at least one spot, maybe two. Quade Hyatt and Kraus, I'm betting at least at this juncture, have a real high probability of moving on. But wait, there's 5 more Cowboys to go. What do they got to do? Well, they got to treat it like it's a one-header. They can't worry about what they won or what they didn't win. Blaine Cox, the 6-foot, 185-pound Cowboy, made it here by winning the Fort Bend County Fair and Rodeo in Rosenberg last October. He's a 2-time NFR qualifier, currently number 9 in the world. He's got a rope like there's no tomorrow. We're probably going to see some raps and hooies, but nah. Now he knows he's got to clear the calf, and he's just going to turn the calf loose. That's the sportsman-like thing to do when you realize there's no way in the world you're going to end up winning enough money. Now, that horse has been taught to keep that rope tight. So anytime that horse sees slack in that rope, he starts backing up. So, got to clear the calf, and he didn't have a good shot holding his slack the way he wanted. And when you're at this juncture and you know you're not going to gain money, you just let the calf go.
Story's the same for Zach Youngblood. He was 10-7 and 10-8 on his first 2 calves. In round 1, that got him $750. So 8-7 is the time he's looking at to try and be competitive and advance from Super Series number 4. 3-time NFR qualifier. The winner at Preston, Idaho. And the loop goes over the head of the calf, so a no time for the Cajun. We will see Zach next year. No time.
So do you remember night 1 with Marty Yates? Do you remember how he reacted?
I do.
When the bad thing happened? But he reacted even better the second night. Because after having bad luck at night number 1, Marty comes back at night number 2, ties a calf at 8.7, wins second place. So basically, all he's got to do right now is get in the top 3. That would take a 10-2 or faster right now. But I bet he's going for another 8-7. A second place finish, actually 9-2 then, right? Would give him 4,000.
Yeah, but you're right, Boyd. If he's 8-7, that guarantees him no worse than 1,000.
Yep.
And that's an even better spot to be in.
So Hyatt and Kraus are in. Pruitt and Youngblood are on the bubble. Seth Hall is looking good behind him. Hard running brickle face calf. Watch his right hand. Wow. There you go. So people often underestimate getting from the horse to the calf. Watch his right hand hold the slack. You see how that slack is in his right hand as he steps off into that stirrup? It was just perfect. Now, at that run of 9 and 9, that projects him to third. That puts him on 3,000. And Riley Pruitt's in trouble already with Seth Hall. So, hey, this could be good.
We asked the New Mexico man, Seth Hall, what do you do when you back in the box?
You know, you just take a deep breath and enjoy the moment because, you know, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So we just enjoy what we got going right at the moment and take a deep breath, and it's in God's hands.
Yeah, he's got to be fast. He's got to at least match Marty. If he wants to make it, he's got to match Marty Yates, I'm pretty sure.
I want to take all the speculation out of it. Be 8-7. Be 8-7 and be the man that everybody wants to beat. The all-around Cowboy has to whip the calf around, and this is costing him some time. Come on, Seth, keep going. And 12 flat. Now, he had 2001 coming into tonight, but he was trying to hustle.
Look at how many times he grabbed his picking string. It took him the third attempt to grab his picking string after he had strung the leg on the calf. Now, right now, he's sitting third at 27.50.
No, fourth. He's on the bubble.
Excuse me, fourth. Thank you. And that with Marcus Costa left to go, and Marcus rides in with 1,500. So Marcus has to finish second or better. So I'm going to say 9-1 or faster, and Marcos is in. Got to get about $2,000.
2017 world champ. Watched him win the Clark County Fair and Rodeo. Calf takes a step to the right. Got to get him up. Precious time eluding. Oh no, he lost his string. That is a world champion that bobbled to the tune of 15 and 5. And we'll let the computers do their thing. I do not think that's going to be enough. So by just a few $100s, New Mexico's Seth Hall is going to hold on to the number 4 spot.
Yeah, they might be unhappy they let him sneak into the semifinals. Look, when it's time to rope calves, you better bear down, better pull your lid down tight. You got to gauge that start, and then it's all about getting into position to fire your weapon. Make it fit, hold on to that slack, get to that calf, and then the groundwork. String and tie. Throw your hands in the air and say, is that going to be enough? Yeah, Marty, it is. Your 9 and 9 is going to get you in the door. It's good for another 1,000. And we'll stack them up. This is the money. Quade Hyatt, $6,000. Tom Kraus, 5. Marty Yates, 3. And Seth Hall sneaks in at $27.50. And there's the Cowboy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't you dare break that, Quade Hyatt. The champion of Super Series number 4 in the tie-down roping, as we say thank you to Boot Barn.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top athletes in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, the highest money winner is crowned the Super Series champion. They receive custom boots courtesy of Alberta Boot Company Outfitters and a custom Les Paul style electric guitar created especially for Rodeo Houston Super Series champions. Out of each of the 5 Super Series, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 athletes in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our 2 wild card competitions. The winner from each wild card will advance to the championship for a shot at the $65,000, with a total purse of over $2.5 million. That's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
Stay in your seat. Coming up next, it's the bareback riding at Rodeo Houston.
Hey folks, if you're 21 or older, pledge to rodeo responsibly as the Miller Lite designated driver. Scan the QR code and receive a complimentary fountain drink or bottle of water. Responsibility has its rewards. Always plan for a safe ride home.
Thank you to those guys. That's our arena crew. They're brought to you by Cavender's Boot City. They're down in the dirt and on the chutes, making it all work behind the scenes.
Well, we know you can't make it every day, but it's nice to do. You can also watch us at home on the Space City Home Network, the Cowboy Channel, and Telemundo as well. Let's meet our Spanish announcers, Luis and Enrique. Hola, amigos.
Hola, saludos, Boyd, Andy. Les invitamos a que nos acompañen durante todo el rodeo, que descarguen su aplicación de Telemundo, Texas, y también en RODEOHOUSTON.com. Toda la acción en español cada noche.
Caballeros, please download the Telemundo Texas app. And now for today's phrase of the day. Lazo de becerro. Andy and Boyd means tie-down roping, known as calf roping. High-speed event tests the Cowboys' agility to attend to them medically and also branding. Lazo de becerro, tie-down roping.
I like it. He called it. Dude, that's a gentleman. All right.
I absolutely. I don't think you're correct, but I love the mistake. Oh, back at Rodeo Houston, she's a little sky. She covered up her face and her eyes when we caught her on the screen. Bareback riding is ready to play out. It's sponsored by Chevron. And man, has this been a good one. Clayton Bigelow, the world champion from California, is leading the way. He's won close to $4 grand, $3,875. Fellow Californian R.C. Landingham in hot pursuit. Cooper Cook and Mason Stuller all in the top four as we begin round number 3.
Ashton Ford will kick things off. We've got a horse that forgot its loincloth. This is Tarzan. They were 86.5 on this horse a year ago in this building, and they've been as high as 90 on this Survey horse at the Snake River Stampede in Idaho. And Cashton would love to have that because you look at what he's won so far, $375. He needs to win the round.
Yeah, horse has got its head down, and that's why they're using a neck rope to try to get the horse's head up. That affects the mark-out rule. There you go. Set your feet. Come on, y'all. The louder you cheer, the better they ride. One of the things you have to understand, especially if you're new, half the score comes from the horse. So on a scale of 1 to 50, how hard is this horse to ride? On a scale of 1 to 50, how well does the Cowboy ride him? Here's the Cowboy setting his feet, pulling him to the rigging. Let's say it was a 40-point horse and a 41-point ride. You get a score of 81 points for Cashton Ford. But to Andy's point, he really needs to win the round, and 81 would have never done that in the previous 2.
This next horse named after one of Boyd's favorite television show catchphrases, Bazinga. Coop Cook is the man trying to ride the horse from the Surveys. He's number 6 in the world. He's won about 2,500. A very good ride in round 1 where he was 85.5. Last year's champion at the Calgary Stampede, who won $130,000 at the National Finals Rodeo.
The guy handling that gate rope is the Australian Spectacular.
Here, hold that. And we're gonna get, there we go.
The neck rope on that horse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let go, you hold on.
The Red Panda finds himself everywhere. All right, Coop. Keep doing what you've been doing. That right there. Oh, what a great spur stroke. As that horse has a very tight circle at the end of the ride, making the degree of difficulty even more, boy.
I'm telling you, folks, this guy's ability to stay in the center of this horse, as the horse goes left and he's riding right-handed, to remain in the middle of that horse while that horse is ducking to the left, to not get rocked into his hand. That was an outstanding effort by Cooper Cook. He's been 85 and 82, but tonight it's only 80. And a little disappointment from Cook on the score of 80 on Bazinga.
Columbus, Montana's Weston Timberman is packing his left hand in the bareback rigging. The same year he won the Rookie of the Year is the same year he qualified to the National Finals Rodeo. Comes from a rodeo family, collegiate champ, but 79 and 75. It's one of my biggest surprises that he hasn't won a check yet. Tube Socks, if he has the trip he did with Cole Reiner in Fort Madison, that would be fantastic. Cole was 87 on him in September in Iowa.
Former college national champion, former Rookie of the Year award winner, the son of a bareback rider, the nephew of a bareback ride champion of the world. Montana, it's time to show us the real Weston Timmerman. Black's the main horse. Tube Socks got some duck, got some dive. Weston's got some fire.
That's the best ride he's made all week at Rodeo Houston.
And it was an outstanding ride. Watch his toes turned out. Watch how he mashes them when that horse starts to swoop. Keeps himself dead center. Andy's right. It was not only his best ride, but his best score. He takes the lead with an 83-point ride. Montana goes to number 1.
But don't give away all the coin. Not yet, because R.C. Landingham is matched up with a world champion bucking horse from the Serbies. Now, this horse earned its halter in the saddle bronc riding, but they've won go-rounds at the National Finals Rodeo in the saddle bronc riding. They've won big checks in the bareback riding. This is Vitalix Womanizer. R.C. had this horse in San Antonio a year ago. Here's to hoping we can be a few more. The long, lanky Cowboy and the legendary Paint Horse teaming up for something big.
Well, now you can see what a world champion bucking horse looks like. Look at that horse leap out of the bucket chute. Watch his hind legs kick high and hard every jump as he gets off the ground on the front end. You put a Cowboy like RC on a horse that good, you're going to get a score like this. 86 points, and Landingham is number 1.
As the man said in the movie Rounders, pay that man his money. Luke Thrash, Stephenville, Texas. Ain't No Angel, another National Finals bucking horse from the Serbies. This roan is honest as the day is long. I don't know how many times I've seen that horse buck, and it seems to be the same trip each and every time. As our pickup men move in, Randy Britton, Chase Survey, Taos Muncie, and Tyler Kraft taking care of our livestock and our Cowboys. The roan stays close to the chutes. Luke's close to another check. 84 points and the number 2 score.
So our next bareback rider is Mason Stoller. We asked him, what's the best advice you've ever received?
My best advice I've ever gotten is that everything counts, don't take anything for granted. I can't remember who told it to me, but it just really stuck with me that every action you do counts for something.
Well, make it count, buddy, because right now, he's won 2,000. He's got to finish 3rd or better, which means 83.5 or more right now. Got to finish 3rd or better right now. All right, you can hear.
Up a little.
Calling
There we
some
go.
directions down there.
Looks like that's saddle bronc rider Brandon Lansford helping him. Horse leaning on his right leg, but he's trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. Love bites. They were 81 on this horse in Denver, but this is a really good matchup. Snappy little horse, but Mason needs another big check in one of the toughest bareback riding rounds we've seen yet.
Yeah, like I said, 83.5. I'm hoping he gets there. He certainly did his part. Wait for the numbers. And it's 83. Right now, that projects him to 3rd. Let's go down to Janie.
R.C. Landingham, you've already had a round win. Now you're top of the leaderboard again, but I want to talk about that horse, Womanizer from Serbia Rodeo. How much fun was that?
Oh, man, that's an outstanding horse that I've watched many, many times. I've been on him once before, and he didn't really have a very good trip, so I was a little nervous about it, but they switched sides on him today, and, man, I don't know if I've ever seen him stack up that much, so it was really fun.
You made a great ride on that world champion horse. You said for that guitar, it's going to come down between you and Bigelow, so are your nerves still going as you get closer to that?
No, I don't got no nerves for it. it'd be cool either way. Me and Biggs travel together, so we'll take the guitar home.
Awesome showing here at Houston.
Thank you.
Dean Thompson, world champion, has to be 83 and a half. It's that simple. On a horse called On Your Own, he was 83 and a half on this horse at the National Finals Rodeo. So he's had the horse before in Las Vegas, scored 83 and a half, and that's the exact number he's looking for tonight in order to put him in the conversation of being a top 4 money winner. Former champion of the world. This score is going to be vital, and at 80 points, it looks to be like we will not have that world champion in a semifinal. That's a tragedy.
Yes, it is. From that world champion, we take you back to 2019, where the man that RC mentioned just a few moments ago won the world title. That's Clayton Bigelow. He's already won 38.75.
Cooper Cook is out because he's already won more than enough to move into the top 3.
Well, here's the National Finals horse underneath the world champ, Mike Hacho, doing his own expose, showing off for Bigelow. Nice horse. I mean, stacking up. What does that mean? That means a horse stays close to the chutes and bucks almost in the same tracks, and that's exactly what this sorrel does. Tucking its head every time, kicking out the back.
And he's got to be 87 to win the guitar. He's definitely advancing, but he's got to be 87 to win the guitar, a 1.5 short. So his traveling padre from California is going to get it instead. That's all right. Clayton's going to be moving on. It's great to have that world champion in a semifinal. If you don't think the bareback bronc riding is tough on the body, just look at the faces of the Cowboys as they ride. Their face will tell you everything you need to know. As their head jerks back, their chin trying to keep it tucked, free arm in the air. And when things go good, you're happy. When things go bad, the eyes will tell the story. Wrap off that tape and get ready for another day, because here they are, R.C. Landingham edges his buddy Clayton Bigelow, the young gun Mason Stuller, Cooper Cook. But there is that Rodeo Houston Championship guitar. R.C. Landingham wins Super Series number 4.
Thank you to our friends at Chevron for bringing us the bareback riders. The pairs matched up in the team roping. They are coming up next in H-Town.
Thank you to Houston Methodist, the official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for our rodeo athletes.
Captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. We'll make it easy for you. Just point your camera at the QR code on the center screens, and that'll take you directly to our closed caption mobile app. Speaking of our screens, we want you to look up and participate. It's the Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam. Let's see if we can bring out the Wild West in you. Well, hello, young lady, up on the party deck of the Carnival Cruise Line.
Yeehaw, it's getting western around here, sending that selfie, and next thing you know, you're on a wild pony out in the arena. I love that, so fun.
Oh, look at this cowboy. AI still recognized his face after giving us the gunfighter lip curl.
Decided to throw some sunglasses on there. I love it. The cowboy hat translates well. Hang on to that bucket horse. So much fun.
Shabuzi fans up on the party deck, thank you again to Carnival Cruise Line for helping us have a good time.
Oh, and another great fan right there, and they're on a buck and bull. Thank you to Carnival Cruise Line.
Well, when you're Rodeo Houston, you got to get a little cotton candy, all right? If you're going to stay up for the concert, you got to get a little sugar buzz cooking. He's got one cooking right there. We're going to get a buzz going in the team roping competition presented by Corral Boots. And so far, so good if you are Mr. Tryon and Mr. Bray. Brady Tryon, Peyton Bray. They've won 7,500 as a team so far. After that, the math has been pretty evenly distributed.
Jay Carroll and Denton Dunning will try and change that math. Number 24 header in the world, Shea. Past champion of this rodeo on the heel side. They've won 2 checks, but they are still vulnerable, and with a front leg in the loop and a lost head rope, no time.
So when you throw your rope at figure eights, it comes over in front of the horn, the left horn in the figure eights, and that steer stuck his foot in that figure eight. See, watch. See how it figure eight's right there? But then once you get a leg in it, that's an illegal catch. And that's why he just let the rope go.
Colby Krieger and Rance Doyle next to try it out. Had some bumps along the way. No time in round 1, long in their second one. Colby the champ in Lakeview, Oregon. Rance Doyle won Iowa's championship rodeo in Sydney. Took the Kitka bronze in Belle Fourche. Their second no time in 3 days. I'll have to wait till next year to see if they can advance in 2027.
Yeah, here we go again. He's got to chunk it, but it doesn't. Yeah, as he pulls his slack, it pops off the left horn. And a one-horn catch is not legal. All right, we've had 2 no times because the headers have had some trouble. 22-year-old Mason Appleton of Chelsea, Oklahoma, teaming up with 39-year-old Sid Spoor of Cody, Wyoming. Well, you talk about cowboy country, that's Cody. Put that one on your bucket list over the 4th of July. All right, what have they done so far? They've been okay, not bad. About 5,000, but placed in the first 2 rounds. All right, we got a legal head catch. Sid for 2, got him! And Andy, at your request, I'm not gonna mention the fact that Sid also roped the tail.
I did not request that. I thought you were lobbying very hard for a rule change, and I think the tail is a serious judgment call that you're not going to get approved.
Well, he caught it. Okay. We're always penalizing people. 5 seconds for one hind heel, 10 seconds for breaking the barrier. I say if you can rope the tail, not 2 seconds off the time.
Bry Kreitz and Ross Ashford. Forget the tail. We need 2 horns and 2 feet. 7-4, 6-5. They've gotten better each and every night. They won the Fiesta de los Vaqueros, and they need one more check. Hard running steer, great head loop. Ross gets oh no! He roped the steer, and the steer hopped out of it, so it's going to be a no time. We are only 1 for 4.
That steer had a name, it'd be Houdini. Because how he escapes this heel loop, I don't have a clue.
It is Friday the 13th.
Wow. Strange things happen on Friday the 13th, they say. All right, here comes the team that we were looking at earlier. Wyatt Bray and Tyler Worley. Berryville, Arkansas to the heel. Stephenville, Texas to the horns. They need a first place check. It's that simple. Did he break it? Oh, no. Instead of being 6 flat, it's going to be 16 flat because they didn't give the steer the required head start. Not a judgment call. You can tell by the way it's tripped that the horse tripped it, not the steer.
Okay, if you came into tonight as fans of Nelson Wyatt and Jonathan Torres, you were very nervous, but the door has swung wide open for the Southeastern Circuit duo. They've only won 1,500 between the 2 of them, but a clean run of 6 and 9 puts them in the catbird seat.
Exactly, Andy. Great minds think alike. Tell these guys they just got to rope a steer in 6-9, and they go to the number 1 spot.
That's a practice run. 2 trips to the NFR. Oh, no! The steer takes a step to the right, and they leave with a no time. We have roped 2 steers out of 6.
Watch him duck to the right and go to another gear. That's what happened with the steer. He just ducked to the right, took another gear. All right, this team is going to leave here wealthy. They've already won 7,500. Ready to try on Peyton Bray with a nice move. They were 6-7 and 6-4 on their first 2 runs. 7 flat is winning the round. If they just go make another money run, they'll come close to a sweep. No urgency out of Brady. He's just making a businessman's run. What?
Whoa,
There's no
whoa,
flag?
whoa. They have to get the ropes tight, and then he came off his horse when his horse reared.
Okay, so here's what you all don't know. Let's get into the weeds. Just because you rope the horns and just because you rope the feet doesn't mean the run's over. The run stops the clock with both horses facing each other and the rope's tight. So when the heeler didn't have a tight rope, the header did. When the header didn't have a tight rope, the heeler did. And then all of a sudden the horse rears up and falls over.
Now we got Corbin Rice and Cooper Freeman, who came in with $6,000 at 7-3. They will win second in the round, get another check, and they have reached the $10,000 mark as a team. They're going to finish up second in the Super Series.
Yeah, this looked like a Super Series nobody wanted to win. However, somebody had to win it. And they roped well enough to do it, too. I'm not downplaying how well Appleton and Sporer roped. Look at that mouth, getting in rhythm with his swing. Fly with that orange loop. No, don't betray me. Big Sid comes in, and that'll get him a guitar. Got a partner with your teammate and your horse. Sometimes you're grinning at the outcome, and sometimes you're not. There it is. Appleton and Sporer are going to get the guitars. Rice and Freeman in hot pursuit. Come on, Sid. Saw on that thing, brother. Saw on it. Mason Appleton, Sid Sporer, Team Roping Champions of Super Series number 4, presented by Corral Boots.
The classic event, the Saddle Bronc Riders. They'll be next inside NRG Stadium.
Hello amigos, this is your telenovela friend Gabriel Soto. And my friends at La Michoacana Meat Market want y'all to have an amazing time at the rodeo. If you're drinking, celebrate responsibly. Plan ahead, choose a designated driver, or get a safe ride home. Because at La Michoacana Meat Market, we care about you and our community. Enjoy the show.
Check out the best seats in the house. Those are the chute seats, presented by Chenier, right behind the bucket chutes.
Guys, it's autograph time in the fan zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Quade Hyatt, tie-down roper, just won a guitar. You can come get a picture with him, get an autograph. All the Rodeo Houston athletes will be coming up to the fan zone, section 104 and 124. We have our trick rider. We have rodeo royalty. We have maybe some of the biggest stars of them all, Leon Coffey and John Harrison. Guys, which of you is the best part of the fan zone?
You are definitely the best part. Right here, this is the best part.
Hey, no doubt that the fan zone is amazing. We're having so much fun up here. Be sure to check it out every night here at Rodeo Houston, the fan zone.
That's what's taking place outside NRG Stadium. Andy loves the carousel. And we're looking inside NRG, and Andy loves the saddle bronc ride.
That's right. Where else could you ride a Panda? Energy Transfer bringing us the saddle bronc riding. And who's done it the best so far? Surprise, surprise. Zeke Thurston, the $3 million saddle bronc rider, has 3,750 more. Bruno and Oshbacher are in great spot, but number 4 is up for grabs.
Yes, and Dawson Hay talked to Jamie about it at the start of the show. Come along, the NFR bucking horse. It's a rematch. This horse bucked him off at his hometown rodeo. He'll get even in the Bayou City. Dawson Hay is from Wildwood, Alberta. He had this horse in Wildwood, and it bucked him off. Wyatt Casper was 90 on this horse at Calgary. And a good start for Dawson, 82 points for the guy who came in here on the bubble.
So our next bronc rider, Shea Fournier, we asked him, explain your rein length.
So you ask your friends who've been on the horse or look at a video of who's been on the horse, and you kind of gauge how low they hang their head to the ground, and from there you just take a rein. If they hold it low, you take a long rein. Pick it up, you take it short.
Well, he knows about this horse, Frontier Acres. The last time he had him in San Antone, he was 82.5. For the number 16 man in the world trying to get to his first national finals rodeo, that knowledge is power. $1,250 to the good, and it looks as if he had the right bronc rein measurement.
Well, at 80 points, you'll just have to wait to see how the rest of this field shakes out. 80 is currently second, and but there's a lot of guys you haven't seen yet, like Kay Bruno and Zeke Thurston, who have already had enough money to move on. So you really got to go for the round if you're Cole Ashbacher. You got a horse you've ridden before, the Central Wyoming Fair and Rodeo in Wyoming. Rose Valley the horse, underneath the long, tall Canadian bronc buster. Going for a go-around win on an NFR bucking horse. What do we mean when we say NFR bucking horse? It means we took that horse to our Super Bowl, to our World Series. It means he's one of the top 100 bucking horses on planet Earth. 78, 1 point shy of what you did in Wyoming. Not enough.
Older brother of Dawson, who you saw just a few moments ago, is loading up. That's Logan, the 29-year-old who's been to the national finals twice, has a rematch himself with a horse from the Calgary Stampede. Why You Are Frisky. He had this horse in Kennewick last August, was 82.5. If he did that here, he'd be beating his younger brother by a half a point. But when you see Moxa Lansford, Bruno, and Thurston to follow, he wants more than 82.5. His 15-year-old mare playing a few head games with him inside the chute. That first jump out, as Boyd pointed out in the bareback ride, and you have to keep your feet above the horse's shoulders, so you don't want anything impeding your legs or your feet.
Super Series 3, Chase Brooks of Montana got on this horse, scored 83.5 points, which right now Logan would take. Look how tight that money is right now. But you still got Cade Bruno at 3,500 and Zeke Thurston at 3,750, who haven't went yet.
Set up for a rare ad. That's what I want. He's really on the gate though, right? That's
Funny, the Red Panda just said this horse is set up for a rare out.
Go ahead.
No rare.
Set those feet, Logan. Lift on that rein.
Well, the one thing I think you would agree on, Boyd, is he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, you got to take what the horse gives you. Solid mark out, holds the mark out for 2 jumps, and then just keeps firing his feet to the front end. It's going to be his first qualified ride of the Super Series, and he needs to beat his little brother if he wants to take the lead, and he just did it. He beat his little brother by a point, 83 for Logan. And so that now projects him to 3,000. Dawson drops to 3,750 in the projection, as long as nobody else is more than 82.
Back to Alberta with Lucas Moxa, son of a stock contractor, the brother of a stock contractor. The winner of the Maple Leaf Circuit Finals, pretty handy with a leather knife in his own right. Glory Days, the younger horse from the Calgary Stampede. It is an all-Canuck matchup, and he sticks the landing. Jumps off this 7-year-old gelding after making a really nice ride. He was 83 in round 1, and we paid him $1,000 for it. He's going to need the same mark or better to try and move on, and 78 will not do it for Lucas. 78 will have the High River man falling just short.
Remember, this is an invitational rodeo. So how do you get an invite? Well, past champion, world champion, top 30 in the world, that kind of thing. Also, if you could win the Fort Bend County Fair and Rodeo or the Waller County Fair and Rodeo, you're going to get an invite. And this guy won the Fort Bend County Fair. Brandon Lansford from Matagorda County, Bay City. So he bails out of there without spraining an ankle. But Andy, watch his left leg on the second and third jump. See how this left leg kind of stays still for the second and third, maybe four? That's going to hurt him. Our judges are unforgiving. They want to see full extension front and back each jump, and that's why it's only 67 for Brandon Lansford.
On a pen of horses like this, you can't afford to get behind, and when that happens, you can't catch up. The number 5 man in the saddle bronc riding world standings is this guy, Cade Bruno. He's got a national finals mare from the Calgary Stampede called Erotic Tango. Final 2 guys, I believe, have enough money won that they're already going to advance, so this is just for posterity.
Yeah, this is just for pocket change. Logan Hay and Shea Fournier aren't going to make it, that's for sure, because the 2 guys left to go have already won more money on 2 head than the other 2 Cowboys had won on 3. So this, for Cade Bruno, is just a day at the office to try to win $3 grand. And he just did enough to take the lead. 84.5 points. That could be worth another $3 grand. Say goodbye to Logan, and Shay's on the chopping block next.
But keep your eyes on the leaderboard, because the man that was the tease, the open of our saddle bronc riding competition, was this guy. A 4-time world champion who credits Rodeo Houston for giving him the confidence to go on and win that first gold buckle. We're speaking, of course, of Zeke Thurston. Big Valley, Alberta is where he calls home, and he too has a horse from the Calgary Stampede. This one, a 7-year-old mare called Global Delivery.
He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer whenever he hangs up his chaps and spurs. 4 gold buckles in a career is Hall of Fame worthy. Now, the guy that's number 4 in the standings right now, that's Dawson Hay. He's on the right of the screen trying to pull the swells of that saddle over his way.
Oh, God! Gas and dig.
That was a wicked first move out of the chutes, Boyd. There's a lot of guys that would have gone head over tea kettle right here. When that horse ducks to the left and then goes back to the right, but a great job by Zeke of holding those feet.
Yeah, but that horse loses some of its extension out the back end later in the ride. The last couple of jumps, that horse is not kicking as hard as when he started. So an 81-point ride will get him $750 more. But Dawson Hayes sneaks in that number 4 spot. He started there tonight, and he's going to end up there.
The classic event. Mr. Hay, the younger Dawson, reaching out, showing you that spur stroke and what it takes to remain in the saddle for the 8-second requirement. All energy. As the horse bucks, the man smiles, and Mr. Lansford looks up, along with Oshbacher, one of the 5 Canadians excited to get a chance to move on. And here's who will advance. It's Idaho's Bruno, Thurston, Oshbacher, and Hay. The Canadians tried to catch this Idaho man, Cade Bruno, the champion of Super Series number 4. Thank you to Energy Transfer for bringing us the Saddle Bronc Riders.
Oh, the big boys tackling farm animals. We call it steer wrestling when we come back.
It's time for Entertainer Trivia. Answer the question on the screen correctly for a chance to win season tickets to the 2027 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
And you want to visit the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, Section 104 and 124. You can meet that guy right there. That's none other than Leon Coffey. Get a selfie, get an autograph. He's one of our biggest stars. You can also see Rodeo Houston champion saddles up close. There's rodeo royalty. All of our Rodeo Houston athletes are going to be at one of the two Fan Zones. Such a fun opportunity to get up close and personal with some of our biggest stars in professional rodeo. Check out the Rodeo Houston Fan Zone, Section 104 and 124 every night at Rodeo Houston.
Look up to the video screens. The Carnival Cruise Line is bringing the Cowboy can to us. Let's see who's looking good. Yes, ma'am. Love that pink outfit and your cowboy hat. Look at this. Now the Cowboy is riding a bull. Great place to do it.
I know they got to put the dog up on the bull with them there. That would have made it even more fun. Oh, I love seeing the fans out there having fun. Big smile.
Thank you again to Carnival Cruise Line for bringing us the Cowboy Camp.
They're all smiles inside NRG Stadium. And they're about to watch the big men, the Bulldoggers. We call it steer wrestling. Proudly presented by Mattress Firm. So far, the #1 Bulldogger is Ryan Shuckberg. He's won $3,750 on 2 nods of the head. He's pretty safe to move on. Don Payne looks pretty good, but everybody else is on the outside looking in. So 6 out of these 8 guys have got to show up.
Trouble for the first man to go. $750 for J.D. Struxness, who's number 7 in the world. 2024 world champ. He's been to the national finals 7 different times. Heck, last year alone, he won over 130 grand at the NFR. Had some barrier troubles, has to move that horse over to get in position. Way to finish. 5-1 for J.D. and some great horsemanship, boy.
Yeah, absolutely, because that horse started to crowd that steer. So watch his right hand. He's going to move that horse to the right or to the left to give him the space to slide down. Now, the other guy is called the hazer. It's his job to keep the steer running straight. We asked Eli Lord to tell us about his hazer.
Jace Melvin Hayes for me here, and he does a really great job here just because he has a lot of feel for how I like the steer and where the steer is supposed to be out in the arena.
See, a lot of people don't think there's strategy to this. So there's Jace. You want to help your steer wrestler set up that steer.
Jace, a former NFR qualifier in his own right, and a bronky steer at 5-7. Oh, dang it. We broke the barrier, so 15-7. Eli was trying to push. There's a great shot of it overhead. So the steer has to cross that line before Eli does. When he doesn't, we add 10 seconds to it, 15-7.
I think Jerry Reed had a song one time that said, when you're hot, you're hot. And when you're not, you're not. This guy's been hot. Stetson Jorgensen wins in Kissimmee, wins in Tucson. He's the number 3 ranked steer wrestler in the world. Stands 6'1", weighs 220. Wow. Wow, he was strategic on timing when to nod for this steer. The goal is to not break a barrier. And watch, that horse was still backing up into the box when he nodded his head. And that's just knowing your horse. See, watch, the horse is still backing up when he nods. And that allowed him to get out like a bandit. And 4.4 puts Jorgensen at the top of the board with one of the fastest runs of the rodeo.
It's a great strategy in knowing the horse you're riding. Okay, Nick Guy. 8-7 and a no time is not what we usually witness from this Sparta, Wisconsin man. The 41-year-old veteran has been to the Super Bowl of our sport 8 different times. He's got over $1 million in earnings. and is a great guy, Boyd.
Yeah, well, the most he can win is $3,000, and that's okay, because if he wins it with one of the faster times of the Super Series, it would be enough. If he has the fast time tiebreaker. So this is all for all the marbles right here.
So why don't we just go ahead and be 4 flat? Why not?
I like that idea.
4 flat. From behind the barrier line, oh no, that hurt. That steer checks up and the two come together. I mean, when this works out, it's like poetry in motion, but when a steer stops like that, it's almost like a car crash. Watch this. This steer checks.
Look.
Horn meets sternum.
And that, yeah. When that steer sticks that left horn straight into his chest, it's like a gut punch. Boom. Help the big hockey player up to his feet. Tough luck for Nick Guy. Now let's go to another bigot. This guy's 6'4", 245, Don Payne. Won the round last night with a 4.1. And they're moving the steer forward. Oh, I see that jerk line, or excuse me, jerk line. The barrier line rope, neck rope, hadn't gotten secured with the way they wanted it. Okay.
I think that steer heard you talking about how big Don Payne was, and he was like, no.
I want a different cowboy.
Can we draw who's going to wrestle us?
So now the steer's down on his front legs, and you want a steer that's standing up, looking straight ahead, so that when the gate pops open, the steer breaks with the gate. It's got everything to do with the timing of not breaking the barrier. So he gives you just one little chance.
Well, all of these steer wrestlers, too, they have video equipment here where you can go back and watch all the runs. So they've been doing their homework on these animals and they know what they're facing.
Well, he keeps looking at the judge, too. You see that? He's looking at the judge going, okay, how long are you going to make me put up with this steer before you give me the extra? Because you got to have a steer that there's a fair opportunity. Speaking of which, that's exactly what they decided. They're going to let that steer go. He doesn't want to play. That's fine with us. You go home, eat some alfalfa. We got another more cooperative steer in the back, and that's the one Don's going to end up with.
Drayton Valley, Alberta is where we will travel to now with 31-year-old Joseph Goose. Now, Boyd mentioned our qualifying events just a moment ago. This guy won Hempstead. That'd be the Waller County Fair and Rodeo. There we go. Habla Ingles. He's 4-9 in round 1. So he's got $1,000, actually $1,250. So if he could be 4-3, would take the lead here in round 3 of our 4th Super Series.
What?
But that steer took a step to the right.
You said the Cowboys watch tape. I think this steer was watching tape. He's like, look, dude, I'm running. Psych! Oh, man, that'll give you a wedgie you couldn't pull out with a D8 cat. I mean, he's going to hit on his right hip. Boom. You could plant corn. He needs to replace his divot.
The wedgie might have been too much information, Boyd. Chance Howard, Sallisaw, Oklahoma, and he's had 2 solid times. 6 flat in round 1. He won second last night with a 4-6, coming off his first trip to the national finals. They're telling him he's out. Now he goes to the nose. There you go. 4-8 for CH. That puts him number 2 in the round. He's going to get paid again.
Yeah, he's placed in all 3 rounds. He's got a real opportunity to win the guitar. This is a guy who's a native of Arkansas. He stands 6'6", and he placed in the first round. With a 4th, second in the second round, and now winning second in the third. Been a good Super Series. Here's Shuckburg. Innisfail, Alberta, Canada. But Ryan had enough one already to qualify, and that's the same thing with Don Payne, I think. So, yeah. So Shuckburg is going to move into the number 3 spot on Money One. And Don Payne, who won the extra, has already got 3,000. So Eli Lord is out. This is just elementary, my dear Watson, because he's already got enough Money One.
But is it? Because if he's 4 and 5, he gets the guitar. So,
well, yeah, that's right.
If he's strumming on a string or not, that's what we have to determine.
4-7 or faster will get him the guitar.
That's
yeah.
right. Steer's waiting. There's Don. Is back to bay in the corner. Hard running Steer. As Don reaches down, yes, 5 and 5. 5 and 5 will get him one more payday. It's a 4th place check, $37.50 overall, and he will be moving on to one of our 2 semifinal competitions. Excellent work. Nice job, Donnie.
The big man's event. Scratch you between the ears, tell him it's okay. Trip that barrier just in time. Now it's time to be a man among men. And he took one to the chest. Great view from the back. Payne slides, glides, and tosses him like a salad. Oh, you're going to sweat a little bit even if you got a gold buckle when you're down here in South Texas. Chance Howard, $750 better than Stetson Jorgensen. Payne and Shuckburg moving on. That's a 6'6" Razorback. Come on, Chance, show us how to play that guitar. Chance Howard, your champion steer wrestler, a Super Series number 4.
Thank you to Mattress Firm for bringing us the Steer Wrestlers. Our next timed event coming up soon. It's the ladies in the barrel race.
Houston Livestock Show is the world's largest and most prestigious livestock exhibition. During today's lamb and goat auction, generous donors showed their support for these hardworking exhibitors. The Grand Champion Lamb, exhibited by Reagan Miller from Seagraves, Texas, sold for a record $1 million and was purchased by the Hildebrand family in memory of Brittany Ann Hildebrand. The Grand Champion Goat, shown by Paisley Akins of Whitesboro, Texas, sold for $450,000, setting another rodeo record. The Grand Champion was purchased by T. and Bill Pinkley, Ann and Chris Richardson, Skip Avera, and Fire Safe Protection Services LP, represented by Lizzie and Stephen McKinney. The Reserve Grand Champion Lamb, exhibited by Raider McFall of Big Lake, Texas, sold for a record $310,000 to April and Scott Townsend, Amy and Mark Melton, Tammy and Mitchell Barrier, and Mary Lee and Alan Stegall. The Reserve Grand Champion Goat, shown by Briggs Bauer from Fredericksburg, Texas, sold for a record $250,000 to Denise and Chris Boning, Sherry and Rob Walker, Sherry and Connor Barker, and the Kim Coleman Education Foundation, represented by Cookie Michael. Thank you to all of our generous auction donors, and congratulations to all of our lamb and goat exhibitors.
All right, Houston, it's time for the fast event of the ladies barrel racing. And out of the Super Series, the money is very concentrated between 4 barrel racers. So if you're not in that top 4, it is time to run a Hail Mary tonight if you want to move on to the semifinals.
All right, Hail Mary time it is in the barrel racing. Thank you to the people who provide it to all of us, S&B, engineers and constructors. All right, Helen Noasad, Stephenville, Texas. She's just been solid. 2nd, 3rd in the first round, 1st in the 2nd round. Pinched it in hot pursuit, but after that, it's an open gate for everybody else.
The Big Sky Country will kick things off in the ladies barrel race with Haley Garrison Graham. She needs it, and she needs it now. She has improved from round 1 to round 2, but she needs to win go round number 3 to have a shot at being in the semifinals. Sorrel Horse finds barrel number 1, but it's a little wide. Let's see if we can tighten it up. That's much better. Come on, Haley. Down to the far end. Now it's just a race to cross the line. Fastest time will win, and she has her fastest time yet with a 15:23.
Yeah, but not likely to win the round, and that's what she ultimately had to do. Let's go to the number 4 ranked cowgirl in the world. She cashed a check in the first round. Haley Gibson Stillwell, Red Chris, California. On the hard-running Palomino, remember, the louder you get, the harder they ride. Tight corners, straight lines, yippee-ki-yay, heading for the house. Like it. Her fastest run of the week, 14:75. That should place high.
Well, Haley moves into that number 1 spot, but we talked about the barrel racers that need to run a Hail Mary. Presley Smith is one of those. In her first trip to Rodeo Houston, this buckskin gelding, his name is Optimus, and he is all flash. They only have $250 won. You'll notice how she's easing him up that alleyway, making sure he sees that first barrel, and that is their best first barrel so far at Rodeo Houston. They are laying down a run. This horse, Optimus, is really wanting to work. She is here at her first trip to Rodeo Houston. Help her out here. And a 15:39 is not going to be as fast as they wanted here. They will not be moving on here at Houston.
You were right, Janie. Those first 2 turns were good. Just a little wide on that third barrel. Cost her about half a second. But here is the wife of a tie-down roper and a world champion you saw earlier. This is Marcus's wife, Keely. She has been 1478, 1490. Keeping all the money in the truck. Come on, Keely, one more turn. You got it. 1492, 3 runs in the 14s. And for the moment, that's number 2. I have to see if that will be enough to advance her. 3 good runs for her.
Yes, 3 good runs for Kayla Costa, and now Haley Gibson Stillwell. She needs to win the round if she wants to move on out of the semifinals. Number 1 and number 2 were very close in time between Haley and Kayla. We want to compare those 2 runs to see where the difference was made here. Haley Gibson's going to be on the Palomino running to the left. Kayla Costa is on the sorrel that ran to the right. So we're going to see them cross paths between the first and second barrel here. They seem to be head-to-head going into the barrels around the same time. But right here, the Palomino and Haley Gibson Stillwell really gained some speed around that third. They were super close around the third barrel. Kayla Costa just a little bit behind, about 2/10. And that was all the difference right there. About a horse's length to be number 1 and number 2 here at Rodeo Houston. Kayla Costa had $2,500 won coming into this Super Series for this round right here. I don't know if it's going to hold out, but we have some big-time runners left to go.
Absolutely, and one of them's up next. This next barrel racer is the daughter of an NFR champion barrel racer. Her mom's name is Liz, her dad's name is Wade. She won a college national championship for my alma mater at Southwest Texas College. And she comes in number 8 in the world. But this is for the guitar. Her name is AC Pinkston. She carried her team to the national championships in Casper, Wyoming. She's been fast twice. Can she be fast 3 times? Come on, y'all. This college kid is on the move. Give her the guitar. 14:58. AC Pinkston lays down the gauntlet for the final 3 barrel races.
But it's not over. Helen Noasad has 4,500 won, and she was 14:55 last night. So it's Stephenville versus Stephenville. Come on, Helen. A little wide around barrel number 1, but this athletic horse can make up some ground. Watch him get around those barrels. Sticking that neck out. We got one more. Fast feet. Clock says 14:71. Oh my gosh. By $250. That's how close it is.
Well, we're seeing that battle for the guitar happen right here, but we're trying to earn a spot to the semifinals. Here comes Mackenzie Mays. Her dad, Jim Bob Mays, won Rodeo Houston back in 1988. She wants to be a part of that family legacy here at her first Rodeo Houston, and they missed that first barrel by a little bit, a little wide right there. They're going to try to make up some time here going into that third barrel. It's her first trip here, and this mare, Ronda Rousey, is awesome. What's it going to clock? 1488. They actually made up quite a bit of time from that first barrel. Going to be placing right up there with Kayla Costa. They might be safe in that top four.
Yeah, it's very close. Another $250 separating third from fourth. Leslie Small, you go, the 2024 Rodeo Houston champ. Two-time NFR qualifier. Opts for the left-hand barrel first and then clobbers that second barrel, and now both hands on the reins. She's going to slow this horse down and just not be concerned about the time, just about the health and the welfare of the horse she's riding. Come on, give a former Rodeo Houston champion a round of applause. You can do that, can't you? Thank you. It is teamwork. It's not team roping, but it is teamwork between the jockey and the steed. Stick your tongue out. Both the horse and riders sometimes do that. First glimpse was Kayla Costa making the rounds. Look at the intensity in that face and those eyes. Now look up. Look for where you're headed. AC Pinkston by $250. Edges out Helen Novosad. Mackenzie Mays is going to make it to a semifinal, as is the Brazilian, Kayla Costa. So some good watching. There she is. How about it, AC? The champion barrel racer of Super Series number 4, AC Pinkston. Thank you to S&B Engineers and Constructors.
Sticking with the cowgirl theme, it is time for the ladies' breakaway roping. And it is brought to you by our partners at Oxy. Who's done it the best up to this point? Look out for Riley George. She has a quick trigger, and she always meets her mark. 2 solid times for the California lady. It's put $5,000 in her bank account. But here is a past champion of Rodeo Houston that has to do something and do it now. Haley Williams was 4-9 last night, had a tough calf that ducked off to the left. Her positive demeanor and work ethic will bring her back for round number 3. 3-time NFR qualifier in her own right. The daughter of an 8-time world champion team roper. Her mom, a second-generation polo player and trainer. Cranking that rope, making it fit, 3.4. It's okay to smile, Haley. Come on, there you go. 3 and 4, and her fastest run of the week.
So when you watch her whip up, I look down through this lineup, and there are 3 cowgirls that have placed twice, which basically means there might be 1 spot left for somebody to get. Here's one of the cowgirls that's placed twice. She's been 3-7 and 3-6. She's won 2,500, 2021 world champion, 6th generation rancher. Started riding when she was 6 years old. This is Sawyer Gilbert, Buffalo, South Dakota. And she has a look of intensity on her face when she's getting that flea bit gray back into that box. She knows what she needs to see before she nods. Here comes the rancher from South Dakota. Yes! But she broke the barrier. So that'll turn a 2-8 into a 12-8. And we'll have to see if 2,500 is enough to get her going on. Ah, you nasty little barrier. 12-8.
As we get set here for Bailey Bates, She knows exactly what she needs to do. She needs to win first, and she knows how to step up in those big moments when it counts the most. In the 2025 season, she qualified to her first ever national finals breakaway roping in the very last event of the season. She was in school ag teacher. She quit that job to chase her dreams of being a professional breakaway roper. And now we're here at Rodeo Houston, 3-time Indian National Finals roper. We need to win first. She's gonna make sure this horse is set just perfect in the box and that calf is facing forward, ready to go. And here we go, there's the nod. Oh, and the calf cuts left right there. Oh, this is a tough one. She had to go for it, but that was a tricky draw.
Yeah, when that calf takes that step to the left, you have two choices. Keep chasing or toss your rope out, and it's a tough draw to have. I mean, this calf didn't even put its blinker on. It's like, see ya. Somebody said there's a bucket of feed over here in the southwest corner, and that makes it very, very difficult to win anything.
You're going to have to win 3,500 to advance. She's got 1,500 of the one. Kinley Bernays took a shot. She knew, just by looking at the math thus far, who's yet to go and what they've won, she had to at least win second, okay? So she knew she was going to have to be fast. Some tough luck for the cowgirl, a fourth-generation rancher from Colorado.
So if we're doing some quick math, 2 of the last, or the final 4 breakaway ropers in this Super Series are going to advance. Braley is one of those that needs to make a good run and needs it now. She needs to be 3-3. So there's Haley Williams in that bottom spot with 3,500 if things stay as they are. Braley of Fitzhugh, Oklahoma could change that. Past Rookie of the Year, but the rope does not fall over the nose of the calf, and a no time. Folks, that's what she had to do. Come on, let's pay off the Oklahoma cowgirl.
Thank you. So in rides a lady that likely is going to get the guitar. Why? Because she was first in round 1, second in round 2. She's been 3-1 in the first round, 3-1 in the second. So Riley George, who's a Texas A&M Commerce College student athlete, she's getting her master's in egg science, finished in the top 4 in the world last year, and she has had no peers in this Super Series. She pulls that hat down, bends those ears back, hard running calf, catches up, makes it work. 4.8's good enough for second right now. That's because it's been a pretty soft so far. So that's going to give her a projected another 2,000. And that puts Kinley Bernays, but with Madeline Richardson yet to go, I think it's all but set. The only question is going to be who wins the guitar, and I'm almost certain it's going to be Riley George.
Riley George making a businesswoman run, but we get ready for Madeline Richards. She should be good for the semifinals. From just up the road for me in Hereford, Texas, and a 3.8. We got to show a smile for that one. We should be moving on to the semifinals.
That's a lady from Hereford, roping a Hereford. 3-8. Nice job, Madeline.
Graduated from Texas A&M with a degree in ag economics. That is one amazing cowgirl and a college national champion.
Gotta be 3-3, Andy. That's all there is to it for Millie.
She could play spoiler. Sawyer Gilbert on the cut line. Millie Greenwood. If she could be 3-3, that would put her at 37.50. The champion of the Columbia River Circuit Finals was 4-1 last night. Needs her fastest time yet. Hard running calf takes a step to the right. 5 flat. That will get her paid, but it's not going to be enough. She will finish 5th. The top 4 move on.
Not enough to knock Sawyer Gilbert. Even though Sawyer broke the barrier in this round, she's still going to get a check of 500, and that'll put her at right at 3,000 in Super Series earnings. The eyes tell it all. The intensity, the focus. Oh, don't shoot your gun until you're within distance. The former champ, Haley Williams. And Riley George of Oakdale. Looking good. Haley giving the smile and the wave. There it is. It's California, Texas A&M, Florida, and South Dakota. All right, California, let's hear it for Riley George, the champion breakaway roper. Super Series number 4. That all brought to you by Oxy.
Stay where you are, because coming up next, it's bull riding time at Rodeo Houston.
All right, y'all, look up at the screens. Look up at the screens for the answer to the trivia question. The winner will be announced on March 21st.
Hey, and you need to visit the Fan Zone presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, Section 104 and 124. Take pictures with your favorite rodeo stars or get an autograph. They are all up there. The Saddle Bronc riders have made their way to the Fan Zone. That is the fun place to be every single night here at Rodeo Houston. But now I want to talk about how much Houston Methodist Rodeo Sports Medicine does for our contestants. I'm joined by world champion bareback rider Clayton Bigelow. And Clayton, I want to know, how do you train to prepare for competition?
It's a lot of working out, a lot of mobility and stretching, and it goes involved with all this. Yeah, it takes a lot on your body, so yeah, a lot of hours in the gym.
Well, and a lot of hours in sports medicine. I know bareback riding is one of the most physically demanding events. How much do they help you out here at Rodeo Houston?
Man, we really couldn't do without them. They tape us up and patch us back together, so they're awesome, and we're very blessed to have them.
Well, you're also having a great Rodeo Houston, moving on to the semifinals. Has it been a great year?
Yeah, I love Houston. I've been coming here for the last 10 to 12 years, and it's one of my favorite rodeos, and always wanted to win.
Well, congratulations on moving on. We wish Clayton Bigelow the best of luck, and thank you so much to Houston Methodist for all they do for our rodeo athletes.
Looks like somebody had a good time at the carnival. They brought Pikachu inside the building. Well, they rode those rides. There's some even bigger ones inside NRG Stadium. It is bull riding time. Brought to you by Rock and Roll Denim. Who's done it the best so far? Jordan Spears. An 87-point ride. Got him a $3,000 payday. But the Bulls have been having their way with the Cowboys. Only 2 qualified rides so far. So the opportunities are everywhere, boy.
Win first or second, you're moving on. Let's meet our Cowboy lifesavers and bullfighters on the left of your screen. The GOAT, the greatest of all time, Dusty Tuckness, Meeteetse, Wyoming. In the center, a 6-time NFR selection as a bullfighter from Wyoming, Nate Justice. And on the far right, a brand new daddy, a PBR superstar, the fastest man on cleats, Bo Sheets. And last but certainly not least, the grandson of a world champion bull rider, the one and only John Harrison, Soper, Oklahoma.
Hey Houston, are you ready to ride some bulls? Let's do it.
Indeed. Creek Young, Rogersville, Missouri. This is Johnny's neighbor who's drawn a bull called Dirty Deeds. He is 6-2. Both times he's been ridden were by right-handed Cowboys, and that's how Creek rides them. 25-year-old is number 13 in the world. Staying close to where he originated, right down the lane he goes. Attaboy, Creek. That bull was rubbing him on the panel, doing everything he could to try and dismount him.
Drilled him like a lawn dart. I mean, he's going to make the 8-second whistle, but watch how this ends. It's not pretty. Actually, the bull hits the outgate. Watch. It opens, and we're lucky he didn't go out the alley. He could be on the north side of NRG right now. Score comes in at 76 points for the former champion of Houston.
Chinley, Arizona's Robbie Taylor has got a bull called Vitalix Milkshake. It's the Great Lakes Circuit Finals Bull of the Year. When they ride him, and he is rideable, a little more than half the time they make a qualified ride on him. They average 84 points. Robbie, take advantage. A user-friendly bull. Oh, no! Everything looked really good till this bull changed directions.
And then decided to treat him like a dance floor. I mean, watch. The bull is going to switch. Going away from his hand first, going left on a right-handed bull rider. Comes back into his hand. That gets Junior out of line. But then he's going to dance on him with his hind feet. Boom. And then a little nudge on the head just to remind him he's still there. Hello, Newman.
Yeah, that's the wrong kind of dance and the wrong kind of smooch. Jordan Spears, the next cowboy you will watch, has drawn a bull that he's ridden before. The bull's name is Pickle.
Now, I wonder if he's a normal pickle or is he a sour pickle?
He could be a sweet pickle.
I'm going with spicy pickle.
Oh, you're going with spicy pickle?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Is that your favorite kind of pickle, John?
If he hits me, we're going to find out what kind of spices we had today.
All right.
Here we go.
Well, it is a rematch. He rode this bull right here last year for 80 points. If he rides this bull, he'd be the first man to ride 2 in this Super Series.
And it would virtually exceed what Ernie does.
Yeah.
Almost guarantee him to win. Here comes the pickle. Turning back right by that gate. There you go, Jordan. Watch his free arm. Down to the well. Okay, you know the old saying, right? Those who can do and those who can't teach. Well, I'm going to teach right here. Watch his elbow on the right side. When a bull is spinning away from your hand, you want to swing that elbow down into the direction of the spin. That keeps your shoulders square with the front of the bull. Excellent job. 83 points for California Spears.
And John, you were wrong. That was a sweet pickle because right after he let him ride him, he just walked out of here like Eeyore. Ernie Corson Jr., oh boy. Folks, if you ever get the chance to meet this guy, it says Sebring, but he was born and raised in Okeechobee. He might be one of the most interesting men in all of professional rodeo. The cat fisherman, who has quite the celebration if he rides a bull, and I think he's got a shot on Johnny Reb.
Yeah, you can't bet against Ernie. He's riding right-handed, and the 2 guys who have ever ridden this bull rode right-handed. Although this bull did buck off Kenyon Bass in Super Series 1. Oh, wicked start. Come on, Ernie! He's wanting a re-ride. That's what waving that hand is all about. When he whirls that hand, because look, that his face just hit the crossbar. Are there orange flags? He's going to get another one, folks. Here's why. Watch his face. It hits the crossbar on the chute slide gate just as he nods. That kind of got it. Here it is, right here, right here. Watch. Bam. Yeah. And guess what? The judges are such nice guys. They're like, hey, dude, you get to do it again.
I hope his mullet flaps as high the second time as it did the first time. Raleigh Johnson, abracadabra.
A little bit of the mentality of a bull rider. when that happens to them and they're like, can I get another one?
Give me one more. Raleigh qualified to the National Finals Rodeo for the first time last year. Young black bull from the Cervies, stuck in a spin. Oh no! Look out, Johnny boy.
This dude's got a little tood. He wants to reach out and touch somebody. Hey, John. John.
What?
Did your life pass before your eyes?
There's something past for sure.
Well, I didn't need to hear that. People say when they have a near-death experience that their whole life passes before their eyes. What passed before your eyes?
You don't want to know. I'm just.
Oh, you had an uncomfortable moment?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes we stop asking questions.
Thank you.
Tristan
Yes.
Mize. Tristan hails from Bryan, Texas, and needs to ride this bull. Dialed in. The black and white spotted bull that the Serbies got out of Canada, Shad Smith did. They've been as high as 91.5 on this bull in this building.
This is the bull that Tristan Hutchins wanted on last year.
I just wanted to step on one step.
There you go. There we go. Start.
Here we go. Everybody thinks you ride bulls by hanging on with your hand, right? When we stick the camera in the chute, we're all about that hand, right? But it's the feet that hold you on the bull. And when your feet come loose, the rest of your body is going to be loose as well. I love the way our three bullfighters swarmed in like killer bees to protect you.
Good?
No score for Tristan.
No.
Trey Kimsey has been skunked, and that's a surprise to me.
Oh, yeah.
Four-time NFR qualifier from Strong City, Oklahoma, and a bull that has been to the national finals twice as well, called Anthrax. We watched the man in black, Trevor Rice, ride this bull for 83 in Super Series 2. This bull is 46-14. 11 of the 14 times that he's been ridden are by right-handed Cowboys.
And guess what? Trey rides right-handed.
That's a good look at Anthrax.
I love the fact that he's not throwing a fit in the chute. He's like, take your time, get your little old bow rope, tight as you want it. Oh. And then open that gate and let me have my turn. All right, Trey, today's your day, buddy. Today's your day, Trey Kimsey.
You have to nod your hand. It's a rule.
I think he knows that, John.
Sorry. He is from Oklahoma.
Hey.
Stay up on your rope. Yes! What a good move! We have the antidote for Anthrax. Trey Kimsey found the cure. Watch this. He's a little loose just a little bit at the beginning of this ride, but then gets back over his bull rope. And it's the first bull he's ridden, the biggest one yet. 83 points, keeps Kimsey alive.
So you got to figure Ernie is in because he's already won 2,000, even though he's taken a re-ride. So Ernie's in with the 2,000. It's Creek Young with that 76-point ride that's on the bubble. So Fulton Rutland, Westville, Oklahoma, has got to be more than 76 on the Jagger. 92% buck-off rate, but not today. Fulton, no!
His hand popped out.
His hand blew out of the rigging. Watch this. So when the bull starts bucking, his muscles are going to expand, just like if you were showing somebody your guns and making a bicep flex. Well, that's going to make his hand pop out. Then it's like, look, Mom, no hands. And when you try to ride a bull with no hands, that's just showing off. All right, let's go down to Jamie. She's got the guy in the bubble.
Yeah, Creek Young, he was sweating it out for that last bull rider with Fulton Rutland. But Creek, it has been a year-long battle to get back to riding bulls. How good is it to get it done here at Houston?
It feels great. I wasted 2 really good ones, but we bear down and got the whistle today, so it feels awesome.
I love it. And Jordan Spears, you're over here. We saw you take a pretty bad hit in round 1, but you seem to put it to the side to just dominate this Super Series.
I mean, that's bull riding. You're going to get beat up. You got to be able to block it out for 10 seconds and perform at a great someone like Houston. I mean, you put it all on the line.
We were talking about it earlier. This might be your second guitar, so you're going to start taking some guitar lessons?
If it's going to sound good, definitely.
Let's get back to it.
Yeah, Ernie, Black Bear's revenge! Oh, I thought Ernie had him. Oh, I thought Ernie Corson was going to get even on that re-ride bull. He stays up on the rope. There's a lot to like. He's right on top of that bull rope. And even when his right foot comes back, he's able to fire it back down. The bad news is he didn't ride the re-ride. The good news is he's already won enough money to advance. So no, we're not crazy. Bam! We're not crazy at all. We just tie ourselves to 1,500 pounds of hopping hamburger and say, hey, Mom, watch this. Up in the air, twist and glide. They might weigh close to 1,800, but they got the moves of a cat. And it's not always pretty at the end of a ride. Stepped right on his butt. Knuckle bumps for Trey Kimsey. A look in the eye of Ernie with a finger pointed high. Spears of California was just talking to Janie. Kimsey's going to come into the number 2 spot. Corson and Young are moving on to semifinals. All right, that's your second guitar. Let us see you play it. Jordan Spears, the champion of the bull riding in Super Series number 4, and it was presented by Rock and Roll Denim. Stay with us, because up next, it's a very special tribute to some of our favorite athletes. We want to welcome some lucky recipients of our Rodeo Acts of Kindness program. They've been moved down from the 6th level to these great seats, thanks to Rodeo Acts of Kindness participants, Oxy.
Hey, 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 get out your phones and scan the QR code up on the screen, and you could be on the Raising Cane selfie cam. So much fun to have out there. We love seeing all the fans, all the Shaboozey fans getting ready for the concert. Big smiles. We've got a great looking crowd out here at Rodeo Houston. That looks like a pair of besties, a mother-son out there. Big smiles, being a star on the big screen. Oh, wow, you won something good at the fair. That's exciting. Show it off at the selfie cam. If you're having a good time here at Rodeo Houston, we want to see you up on the screen. Thank you so much to Raising Canes for all they do for our fans. I love that. That guy's excited for Shaboozey. That is for sure. Oh, big smiles. Love seeing everyone having fun with their family and friends here at Rodeo Houston. Those are some good-looking cowboy hats right there. You guys came prepared for the rodeo. He went to the fan zone having so much fun. We got some autographs from our favorite rodeo athletes, all the cowboys and cowgirls. Thank you to Raising Canes.
For generations, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has welcomed professional athletes from around the world. They come to compete and take part in one of the most exciting and celebrated events of the year. But the cowboys and cowgirls admit they'd be nothing on their own. They fully rely on their partners. And now Oxy is honored to present the other part of the team that these athletes cherish. The part of their team that they love and fiercely protect, just like a part of their family. This is historic Rodeo Houston footage from over a decade ago of 2 legendary horses. On the left of your screen is a mare named Hostage. On her right is a stallion named Lunatic Fringe. Both of these horses have done their part to help crown Rodeo Houston champions over the years, but they did something else. They raised a 14-year-old daughter. This is Lunatic Bayou, and the daughter of Lunatic Fringe. This mother of four is bucked at the top rodeos across the United States, including here at Rodeo Houston. These animal athletes were born to be bucking horses. They're loved and respected by the cowboys that dare to ride them. And soon enough, the youngest member of this D bloodline, the son of Lunatic Bayou, this is Lunatic Bay. And he's going to grow up and take after his grandma Hostage and his granddad Lunatic Fringe, and he will be setting records of his own. So listen, some horses are born to run fast. Some are meant to work with cutting precision, but these athletes were born to challenge their riders. Bucking comes natural to these broncs, and it's our responsibility and our honor to make sure they are cared for with respect, because they're a part of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo family as well. And they represent both the legacy and the future of our rodeo. You know, we've been cheering for cowboys and cowgirls all day long. What do you say we take one opportunity to put a round of applause together for the animal athletes that carry our cowboys to glory? Beautiful herd of bucking horses and their babies. Thank you to Oxy for presenting our Born to Buck legacy. You can see these beautiful horses up close at the Born to Buck exhibit right behind the junction. So there's another reason to come out, even if you don't have a ticket to the concert or the rodeo. Take your kids to the Born to Buck legacy presented by Oxy.
All right, everyone, get ready. The kids are rolling into NRG Stadium. The calf scramble is coming up next.
Our arena crew does it all. They feed the stock, they work the dirt, they work the ropes, they work the panels. There's a lot of work that goes on to take care of all this livestock and all this competition. And our arena crew is sponsored by Cavender's Boot City.
Life on the road of a rodeo athlete can be challenging. That's why United Airlines is thrilled to reunite rodeo families and bring them along for the ride.
Marcus Costa is a four-time National Finals Rodeo qualifier and the 2017 World Champion. Competition runs in the family. You can catch his wife Keela on the rodeo circuit competing in barrel racing. Marcus's passion for rodeo started at a young age. He left his hometown in Brazil as a teenager to become a horse trainer and a roper. Marcus, we know you're a long way from home, so we want to unite you with your family. Here to present you with airfare is United's Director of Community and Market Impact, Maggie Ronan. You were selected by your peers because they think you deserve this, and so do we. Congratulations, Marcus. You are tonight's Rodeo Reunited family, sponsored by United.
One of the most favorite events. It's called the Calf Scramble and is sponsored by Transocean. Tonight we want you to keep an eye out for the first scrambler to properly catch a calf and cross the line, because that scrambler will have the chance to compete in the Super Scramble on March 21st. Let's join Andy and Janie to meet tonight's scramblers.
If I'm being honest, we're all scrambling to make sure we're where we're supposed to be when we're supposed to be there. But Janie, you know that we have 14 young men and 16 young ladies, all of them in 4-H and FFA trying to catch a calf. tell us a little bit more about our scramblers.
That's right, Andy. We're here. We're made it. We're not scrambling, but these kids are getting ready to. And as always, it's an incredible group of kids with so many hobbies outside of just agriculture. We have 2 linebackers in this group. We have a lot of first-time scramblers, so some nerves. We got to be ready to cheer them on. Let's get started with Kellen Murphy,
Jana Perry,
Chase Foster,
Wisdom Walker,
Isabella Harrison,
Pablo Reyes,
Xander Dietrich,
Kanaja Wilson,
Abigail Rodriguez,
Landon Atkins,
Clayton Curse,
Layla Marlboro,
Haley Brown,
Briley Hughes,
Brady Lozano,
Cadence Simpson,
Jador Gillings,
Joseph Jimenez,
Brody McMillian,
Reagan Misseldine,
Nathaniel Pustka,
Abel Salazar,
Jayla Harrison,
Brooke McBee,
Kendall Hatton,
Micah Raniger,
Yeshua Valdez,
Landon Hayden,
Gregory Williamson,
and Andrew Marks. Those are the scramblers for scramble number 12. Let's give them all a little bit of your love. When we host our calf scramble, there are 2 people that assist us in making sure our calf scramble goes as planned. Our gate opener and our starter. First, our calf scramble gate opener. It's the world famous barrel man, Rodeo Houston personality, and a 2025 Rodeo Houston Hall of Fame inductee. Please welcome Leon Coffey. And our starter, the one that will be dropping the hat, it is our outgoing calf scramble greeters chairman. Please welcome John Fussell with his wife Kelly and his daughters Gail, Sarah, and Jane. Swing that gate open, Leon, so those calves will pass by the calf scramble committee. The Fussells will be waiting at the other end. Once that silver belly heads south and goes down, it lets our kids know we have started the scramble. Let's go catch a calf.
And a throw of the hat, and they are off. We've got some fast-running kids here in the calf scramble. This is where we set the pace. Who's gonna be the first kid to catch and cross that line? Oh, that might be one of our linebackers out there. These are some tough calves, but our kids are tougher. Whoa, did you see that tumble? Got some fresh calves out here tonight, Andy, this cooler weather. Giving them a little pep.
If you look them dead in the eye, the calf scrambler will not run you over, I think.
All right, here we go. We got one by the tail. Oh, wow. We're getting some caught over here.
Oh,
all right.
boy. Looks like we got one caught on the north end. But once you catch the calf, then you got to put the halter on and lead them inside the big box. I think that's number 10, Landon Atkins.
All right, number 10, Landon Atkins. He likes to rope, but can we put this rope halter on the calf? We will find out.
The great question, Janie. Let's see if we can get it answered.
Oh, we lost a shoe.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is there another shoe out there? You know, go ahead and kick the other one off. Even yourself out. That looks like number 6, Pablo Reyes. And he said that he wants to ride bulls. So if you're going to be a bull rider, that makes the calf scramble look easy. All right, number 10's got one. Here we go. Landon Atkins has the halter on, and he's about to cross that line. Or is that 30? Number 30, sorry, Andrew Marks. There's number 10. We got a battle going on down here, but looks like number 10's got his caught and getting close to the line. We got a bunch close to the line. Number 15, Brady Lozano. He plays football. He's one of our linebackers. He also plays baseball, a true athlete. Number 19 as well, Brody McMillian, crossing the line. Those guys definitely look like our football players and very successful here in the calf scramble.
Janie, I have found a brand new friend. Congratulations, Andrew Marks, one of our first catches. Andrew, did you have a strategy coming into the calf scramble?
I had no idea what I was doing.
No idea what you were doing. Okay, well, now that you've caught a calf, Are you going to bring a steer or heifer back to the show?
I'm going to bring a heifer.
Why is that?
Because I want to be able to show it for 2 years.
Perfect. You're going to start your own breeding program, folks. This is the future of agriculture in the great state of Texas. Give it up for Klein Oak FFA's Andrew Marks.
There you go. Love that big celebration. Number 28's got his calf by the tail, Landon Heaton. He plans to build a barn and attend Texas A&M one day. So maybe this will get him started here in the calf scramble. Oh, number 23's got one. Jayla Harrison also plans to attend A&M. She plays softball. She's an athlete. We've got that halter on.
I saw number 6, Pablo Reyes, with a catch. There's 23. Jayla Harrison, Laporte FFA. Good job, Jayla.
You know, Andy, from these hard-running calf scramble kids to our rodeo athletes, Houston Methodist and Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, they're always standing by to take care of any injuries to our competitors. And we might have an injury happening out there, but he is battling through it. It can be a battle here in the calf scramble. These kids are tough. They are strong. But he's not going to give up.
Yeah, that's Chase Foster. And he is in the middle of the fight as he tries to get that halter on. Catches win. Here on the south end, we have Kellen Murphy of Kilgore FFA. She's almost got her calf broke to lead. And she's got some family members videoing.
Yeah, that was definitely an ag mom in the crowd for sure, cheering on one of her kids out here in the calf scramble. All right, number 27. That would be Yeshua Valdez. We got to make our way to the front. We've got the tail, we've got the hind leg, but this is tricky to work your way up to the head, and his halter, as you can see, is behind him, but he reached for it. Nope, don't let it get away.
Oh boy, yeah, this is getting up close and personal.
Yeah. We have a lot of moving parts. Okay, we got a front leg.
Yeah, he and this calf will be friends on Facebook after this. There's number 3, Chase Foster. Blood, sweat, and tears making that catch official.
And he's gonna get some great photos out of that one too. All right, number 1, Kellen Murphy. Did we make it across the line? It looked like we did out there.
Yes, she has a huge cheering section here in the southeast corner.
Yes, Kellen just wanted us to know that she loves pistachio ice cream, so hopefully her fans in the crowd will get her some of that after being successful in tonight's calf scramble.
I didn't know pistachio ice cream was a thing.
Oh, it's delicious. Okay, we've got the halter on over here. We've made some progress here in the last couple of minutes.
He's got this calf broken ready for the show.
There you go. Like you said, Andy, they're going to be Facebook friends.
He's trained. You know, once you catch a calf in the calf scramble, you're awarded a purchase certificate for a steer or a heifer. This program dates back to 1942 and has awarded over $22 million in purchase certificates to nearly 25,000 students since it all began. Raising one of these animals, whether it's a steer or a heifer, teaches responsibility of caring for a living animal, financial accountability, record keeping, decision making, and communications as they keep in touch with our calf scramble donors throughout this entire process. They'll also learn self-confidence as they come back to our Fall Progress show, which is what number 26, Micah Raninger of Laporte FFA, looks to do. Thank you to Transocean for sponsoring our calf scramble. Don't leave. Stay where you're at. The Chuck Wagon Racing is coming up soon.
It's our distinct privilege to honor America's heroes as well as their families who support them, like our Gold Star families who have made the ultimate sacrifice. We salute the men and women in uniform that make it possible for all of us to live with freedom and pride in our country. On behalf of Crown Royal, tonight, we honor United States Air Force Lieutenant Colonel. He honorably served our country from 1970 to 1991. He began his career at Lackland Air Force Base as a second lieutenant. As a pilot, he flew A-37s, A-7s, and F-15s. He flew 280 combat missions during Vietnam. He served as an alert pilot against Soviet airborne threats. As a senior officer, he held the position of Chief of Staff, the 1st Air Force, and later Director of Operations for the 48th Fighter Squadron. Throughout his career, he flew 3,500 hours, earning the Distinguished Flying Cross and the Combat Air Medal with 20 oak clusters. Ladies and gentlemen, this is United States Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Dean Gordon. Join me in thanking him for 21 years of service. How loud can you get for a man who served our country for over 2 decades? Thank you, Crown Royal. Now let's take you down inside the arena with the Axis Sounds of the Night.
Don't eat, fast feet, don't eat, fast feet, don't eat. A little bit more. All right.
A lot of flanking is to do with feel to the animal.
Right.
Like not every horse takes the same amount of flank.
Right.
And you can dang sure over flank them. Every horse is different, but if they're pretty touchy, they don't need much. The way I explain it is, if you cinch your belt up real tight, and you sit down, it's real tight. So you want it comfortable when you're sitting down and pretty loose when you stand up. It's no different with a horse. When they ball up, you want them to feel it. Whenever they stretch out, you don't want them to feel it.
All right, time for Chuck Wagon race number 1. Baylor, Ford, and STX Beef. Okay, kids, you keep losing, so keep picking.
A Zen moment says we're going to go with Baylor Medicine.
Baylor Medicine.
All right. Enrique, I'm going to let you pick next because you never get to pick.
I never get to pick, so I've gone with Ford the last couple of nights. Let's go with the STX Beef tonight. STX Beef.
You can't. Janie and Andy already took it. STX.
They did.
We took Baylor Medicine.
Oh,
They
did
took
you?
Baylor Medicine.
Come on, boys.
All right. Okay, then we'll take STX Beef.
No, I just took STX Beef.
Okay.
I knew he didn't listen when
See,
we talked.
Boyd's going to try to pick all 3 wagons. That way, no matter what, he wins.
All right. Me and Luis have the white horses. Luis and I have the white horses.
That's
we're going
right.
with Ford, and we're going to win first.
Vamos a ganar primero. Vamos con Ford, damas y caballeros. Oh, yeah. Boyd, I'm with you.
All right, brother. Janie and Andy, call it like you see it.
That is what we call the assimilated start. You go through the motions, keep the horses honest around the barrels. It's a 2-lap race. Baylor Madison is just picking their spots with those sorrels. Bump trapped in behind on the backside.
All right, here comes Baylor Medicine on the inside. Gonna pick up more pace. Let's go, make a mile.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start, at the very end, no matter whoever is in front, you scream touchdown as they cross the line. Damas y caballeros, por favor, un grito. Paisanos, come on, everybody. Let's hear you. 1, 2, 3, touchdown!
Uh-oh, here comes the victory dance. Here comes the victory dance.
Luis said touchdown, so, I mean.
Yeah, he said touchdown.
Andy, you should know something.
What?
I had a dog do what you do when you dance your victory dance. We wormed him and he got over it. Do you need a shade carpet or something?
That must have been a really good dog.
He spent a lot of time thinking about that one.
His victory dance, man. Give
Go
that
ahead
guy
and
a shade carpet. He's got a Saturday night.
Go ahead and keep getting in each other's way. I'm still up.
A win's a win. I say put it on the board.
Well, just because Boyd can't dance.
Look at this.
Look at that. Look at that. A bomba.
That's right. That's right. We're
raised
only
in a
down
house
7, but we've got like 8 innings left, so we got plenty of baseball to play.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
you
see.
keep acting like you were raised in a house with lead paint. Baylor,
Still up by 8.
Ford, and STX Beef.
What's wrong with lead paint?
Hey, how about a big round
Nothing,
of
Andy.
applause
You
also
just
for
keep
our
doing what you like.
audience who screamed touchdown.
Oh, you don't want to miss the mutton busting. It's one of the fan favorites. Mutton busting is right around the corner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a word from our chairman of the board, Pat Man Phillips.
Howdy, I'm Pat Man Phillips, and I'm privileged to serve as chairman of the board of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. On behalf of the show's 36,000 volunteers, we want to thank you for your support so we can keep doing what we do best, promote agriculture, our rich Western heritage, and support the youth of Texas. I've lived in Texas all my life, but it wasn't until I moved to Houston that I felt the power of a community that works together. We have access to all forms of professional sports, music, and live entertainment. And it's right here in our own backyard.
There's nowhere else we would rather have our organization or a basketball team than Houston. You know, it's home. I love to brag about the Rockets and the other sports teams in town. And one of the first things out of my mouth when I'm talking about the great qualities of Houston is the rodeo.
I'm a music guy, so knowing the wide range of programming that the rodeo offers over the course of March is incredible to me, and in that I think the Houston Symphony and the rodeo have a lot in common.
These organizations bring fans together to celebrate under one roof. They stimulate the economy, provide education, and give back to the community. It doesn't matter if the performance is on a stage, grass, or dirt. They make our city not just a place to live, but a place to be proud of.
I feel like we've never been in a better spot as partners, and our partnership as we're looking into the future is really, really bright.
I think we should all be grateful to be in this town, and we're grateful that we have the rodeo to kind of bring us all together every year.
I think our relationship with the rodeo is unique. We both have the same goals for the community, and that's a partnership that we've enjoyed and we want to continue for many years.
Because of you, we can all continue to do what we do best, and for us, that means promoting agriculture, showcasing our rich Western heritage, and supporting education for the youth of Texas. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Let's rodeo!
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Hey folks, it's time to vote for the Hard Luck Awards, sponsored by Amegy Bank. You get to be the judge and decide who our winner is tonight. Watch the replays and your applause will determine who had the toughest luck. They'll go home with an extra $200 in their pocket thanks to Amegy Bank. We have 3 rides for you to vote on. We want you to cheer for all of our athletes, but save your biggest applause for who you think had the roughest ride. Okay, folks, I really want to emphasize this because it's my favorite part of the night, because you get to choose a champion. Not the judges, not the announcers, but your applause, your noise will determine who gets the money from Amegy Bank. We're going to show you 3 rides. The first one, second one, or third one might be the worst one, but anytime you see one that you think is worthy, you got to get loud. And remember, on a Shabuzi night, we have got to get into the hundreds. Let's start with none other than a bulldogger by the name of Chance Howard. 6'6", 260 pounds, and he gets rolled over like a golf ball coming out of the sand trap. Whack, bam, roll. I mean, he mooned the entire audience. I need to get loud. Come on, y'all, let's hear it. $92. Yuck.
I think we can do better than that. And Dylan Rice, he's going to help us. But we didn't help him on this day. Look at this. He gets launched so high, he can see NASA from there. I mean, this bull launches him off the pad, and then he lands down, boom, right on his butt. One more time, a backside cam, and he goes high flying. Come on, let's help out the bull rider. $95, but we still need some more, Boyd.
This can't be the first night we don't reach 100. It just can't be that, okay? Have you all ever been in a cockpit of an aircraft and had to hit the ejection seat? Watch Logan Hay. He didn't even know his seat was going to be injected, but all of a sudden, his saddle slides over the top of the horse, and he gets shocked like a piece of corn, and then stepped down in the middle of his back. Watch, the saddle betrays him, down he goes, and then boom, right in the middle of the spine. He buries his head because he's afraid it's going to get kicked off. If we can't get 100 for that, we're not here. Come on, everybody, let's hear it.
That did it.
Oh, you're good. You're good, 102. We got our winner, thanks to you. Logan Hay gets the title for tonight's Hard Luck Award, sponsored by Amagi Bank. He's taking home the cash. Now listen, during our last rodeo performance on Championship Saturday, we'll show our top roughest rides, and the winner that night will be crowned this year's Hard Luck Award champion. They will walk away with the grand prize of $2,500. That's the Hard Luck Award, sponsored by Amagi Bank. You've been patient, and it's worth the wait. Oh, you're gonna love this. Mutton Bustin', presented by HEB. Now let's go down to the king and queen of mutton busting, Andy and Janie.
There is no one laying down on the job here in the mutton busting.
John's over here trying to fall asleep, but not with these sheep. We got to get the mutton busting started.
Somebody wake up John for Rory Brown of Huntersville, North Carolina. All right, Rory, hold on tight. Go, Rory, go!
When he grows up, he wants to be a dad. I love that. One of the greatest jobs in the world.
That's cool. Gunner Shark of Houston, Texas likes ice cream and popcorn. Get him, Gunner!
Wow, and Gunner is flying across this pin, making an awesome run. We're going to hit the fence. Wow, that was incredible. Good job out there.
Henry Dinkler, 5-year-old Henry, likes horse racing and wants to be a cowboy.
He is a cowboy. Look at that ride he's making on the sheep. He even did a front roll. Impressive.
I need to make fast friends with this next one. Albert Landoli of Montgomery, Texas wants to be an ice cream truck driver. Come to my house.
His favorite food is the chocolate-covered bacon. Very sophisticated taste.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Katie McClear, 6-year-old from Galveston, wants to be an artist and loves watching bull riding.
Well, she learned a thing or two. What a great ride she just made. Wave to the fans.
Charlotte Northington, 5-year-old Houstonian. She doesn't just like ice cream. Charlotte likes big ice cream.
Wants to be a pop star. Maybe she'll play here one day at Rodeo Houston. Awesome job.
Karate chop coming for the future ninja named Emerson Talley.
Wow, and he's a ninja on that sheep. Boy, that sheep tucked and rolled, and he made it work. Good job out there.
Just up the road in Conroe, we have Noah DeAlva, 6-year-old Noah.
Wants to be a police officer and loves a turkey leg. That is one cool kid.
Giovanni Matthews, 6-year-old Giovanni from Houston, loves going to the carnival.
Ooh, and I love the pink and the sparkly boots. Looking awesome out there and a great ride. That was a tough sheep.
Now it's Liam Ramirez. Liam comes from Houston, loves bull riding, and wants to play Major League Baseball someday.
Future
Go ahead,
star,
Liam.
Future star athlete, and already a star mutton buster. Great ride all the way to the end.
Addis, Louisiana's Cameron Lewis loves barrel racing, likes eating sausage on a stick.
Wants to be a scientist. Andy, I tell you, these kids are incredible, smart and talented.
They're good. Riker Trahan of Montgomery, Texas. Riker loves bull riding. Checking out the Longhorns.
If he rides well, he gets a funnel cake. Cheer him on, Houston.
Annabelle McLaren, 6-year-old from Houston, wants to be a teacher.
I love those boots with the hearts. Good ride, cowgirl. Way to get it done. And a wave to the fans.
Final mutton buster to go, wants to be a hero just like Spider-Man. Well, Austin, You can be our hero. The 5-year-old's got a fistful of wool, and away we go.
Making a good ride right there. This is going to be a tough one to judge.
Well, we're not judging them. We love each and every one of our Mutton Busters. They get a back number. It's got their name on it and a memory that they won't soon forget. They leave here with a special prize, and I promise you they'll be smiling. But each and every time we do this, we pick one that maybe rode just a little bit farther, and they get a special prize and a chat with Janie.
Well, Gunner Shark's over here with a big smile on his face. You made such a great ride. Hey, I want to know, who's your favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
Well, you look like Spider-Man out there on that sheep. And what's your favorite food to eat?
Sushi.
Ooh, I love that. Hey, Gunner, because you are our winner, Marcus with HEB is going to give you this beautiful buckle. I want you to take it out there, show it to the camera and all your fans out there, because you are our champion, Gunner Shark and the Mutton Busters.
Congratulations, Gunner. Thank you to HEB for sponsoring our Mutton Busted.